Hey, it's Clay, and this will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Friday, July 16th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you're somebody that uses technical charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about the tool of technical analysis and charts and how they can be used as a trader to build good trade plans, to make good decisions, then this will be a video for you. And then real quick on that note, if you are a beginner or maybe you just want to improve, if you do enjoy what you're hearing as I go through the video, then I am offering a live class tonight, July 15th here at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So I want you to get signed up and personally invite you to get signed up. Like I said, if you find value or maybe just want to get better, use charts better so you can get consistent as a trader. Now, if you are watching this video and it's too late, or maybe it's too last second and you can't quite make it live, still get signed up because it will be recorded, and then you can watch the recording after it gets completed and we send it out. So like I said, in any situation, still sign up. Hopefully you can make it live, but if not, there are still other options. And like I said, you can just watch the recording. But like I said, if you enjoy what you're hearing as I go, then I want to personally invite you to sign up. First stock here, ticker symbol AMC. And this will mean a little bit more to those that watch the past videos, but I mean, you just can't make this stuff up. The power of charts, the power of technical analysis. I put that green line down there in previous videos, and I mean, look at this. Price opened up literally right at that green line, and from there has bounced and bounced and had an overall good solid day. Now, yeah, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done, but good to see this thing finally start to return it, start to at least work back upwards, whereas going into today, every single day was just down, down, down. But today things reversed around again. Still more room or more work that needs to be done, but at least it's started to now head in the upwards direction, which does bring about a more than valid and wise question of, okay, yeah, Clay, the price is bouncing, but I mean, is there any sort of true power? Is there any sort of genuine strength behind this bounce? And I have no idea. Charts are not a crystal ball, but they will help us in answering that question by just let's getting this trend line here into play. And let's just simply see, can the price stay above that uptrending trend line? And not to insult your intelligence, but this is why I like charts. They kind of insult your intelligence when you look at them certain ways. But what is going to be required in order for the price to stay above that green line? Well, the price is going to need to keep on putting in higher lows. So higher lows, as long as the price stays above there, this uptrend is going to continue to be built. And yeah, maybe that's not the most exciting thing. I get it. Having price movements skyrocket upwards is much more exciting. But from a health perspective, as long as the price stays above that trend line, then by definition, that implies that the price is putting in higher lows. And that's what you want to see. That means a trend is being built in the bullish direction. In terms of the next big area of resistance, the area that I'm very curious about now moving forward, you're going to be right up there around the $39 mark. So keep an eye on that. But yeah, no doubt about it. The bounce has begun today. Not just a question of can the bounce continue into Friday. Let's see what happens. Next one here, ticker symbol VERB. Did this analysis in yesterday's video of the top 10. And once again today, not only did it remain popular, it just got that much more popular when you look at this volume compared to the previous days. So more of the story, a lot of eyeballs still going to be watching this one here headed into Friday. And all in all, the uptrend continues. And this one, as I talked about in yesterday's video, kind of a case of deja vu. It sure likes to make great moves and then kind of it's kind of got a sadistic side, because great move up. Oh, let's make the long sit through some pain. Great move up. Let's make the long sit through some pain. Nice move this morning. Let's make the long sit through a little bit of pain. Then right here, you get where I'm going. Let's make the long sit through a little bit of pain. Now, let me be very clear. Just because every single time previously the price has returned back upwards, does that mean that for sure, 100%, no doubt about it, it's going to do it again? Of course not. There are no guarantees. However, is it logical? Is it at least a rational thought to think that, you know what, this thing could reverse itself around and get back up to $4? Yeah, that's a rational thought. That's not random. It would be totally random if this thing was pulling back and had no track record of ever returning back to highs. At that point, you'd be like, well, okay, you're saying that, but it's never really done that before, so why would you think that could be the case? But in this situation, it's happened multiple times. So it doesn't mean it's guaranteed to happen, but it at least makes it a valid, rational thought process to have. So yeah, that's really the big question here is, okay, we've been here before. It's pulled back. Is it going to return back upwards and make a run at $4? Let's see how it goes on Friday. Next one here, ticker symbol CIDM. And like this one, number one reason, just because volume, very, very impressive today. And number two, got a bit of a pullback here, which is always good to see. Had the price close right there, yeah, that would make the chart look good. But in terms of, okay, for people that maybe aren't in it yet, would you really want to buy there? Would that be chasing? And those are, all valid, questions to throw out there, but that's not the case anymore. The price has pulled back. So good to see that that's pulled back. Now, does that mean that it's going to return back upwards? No, think about what we just talked about. It doesn't mean that it's going to return back upwards, but at least you know that the worry and I don't know, am I chasing the price? No, you definitely want to be chasing the price given it has pulled back. So in terms of, where would be an ideal and a very Let's change that around. In terms of, what would be a good solid looking area of support would be right around the $1.40 mark if it wants to pull back there, because if it pulls back there, bounces around and then just stays around that area, just very, roughly speaking, you'd have that part of a pattern. You'd have some movements like that. You'd have that right there. Let's put a golf hole down here. And then right there, you'd have what is known as a bull pennant pattern. So by staying above $1.40, or better yet, even coming down right around that $1.40 mark, that would give a good solid bullish pattern, which doesn't mean that it's going to go back up, but at least it's a bullish pattern. And at least, again, by no means would it be random to think that it could potentially go back up. So let's see what happens with it. But yeah, overall, nice day, nice little pullback here. Next one here, ticker symbol SNDL, and a rough day, and really just doing this one because I know it's still pretty popular out there. I get quite a few requests and questions on it. And the reason why it was rough today was not necessarily because it was red, but because in the manner in which it did so, and that was by breaking down below 84 cents. Going into today, 84 had done a good job there and a good job back there on Wednesday. But then right there when the price did break down below it, that's just not a good technical event that you would want to see. So that's kind of the main reason why I would consider today a relatively bad day. Not because it was red, but because of that technical event. But now, and I got to squeeze the charter down here. I want to get this trend line in play here because I'm very curious. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So this trend line right there is a support trend line, and that's basically right where the price found some support here. Now, was it perfect? No. You can see that the price actually did drop a little bit below that green line. But generally speaking, from a broad point of view, then yeah, the price not only did it finally stop going down, but it actually got a bounce. So that leads to the more than valid question of, okay, is this trend line bounce the start of something bigger? I mean, last time it was, on the trend line, nice bounce up. Last time, nice bounce up. And this is kind of turning into a theme here, I'm noticing. But does that mean that for sure guaranteed it's going to do it again? No. But by no means is it irrational for you to think that way because there is a track record of it happening before. So that'll be a very interesting dynamic here in terms of the price has already started to bounce. Can this bounce get some more momentum? Well, it's happened before. So let's see if it happens on Friday and then going into next week. Next one here, ticker symbol PLTR. I've done this one in several past top 10 videos. It's been a while, but definitely got to get this one updated as it actually yesterday didn't make the top 10, but this all happened yesterday, but broke through a very significant level of support and then just got even further downwards continuation today. But that does bring about the first key update. And this just based on a foundational rule in charting when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. So 22.25 going to be that nearest term level. But actually, that's not even the most important one anymore because as you see here, if you look closely, that purple line, the 50-period moving average, has now crossed down below that red line, hence it being a moving average. So as time goes by, that purple line is going to continue to move itself lower and lower. So in other words, yes, that red line is still a very important level of resistance. But my point here is really before you put any focus on it at all now, the price and the bulls are first going to need to be able to prove themselves by being able to fight through and getting above that purple line there, currently valued at $22.20. But again, that value is going to change as that line comes down. So keep an eye on those couple areas from the resistance side of things. As far as supports, nothing fancy or complicated here at all. Just a question of, okay, well, where did the bleeding finally stop today? And that was right down there at that round number of $21. So for that reason and that reason alone is going to be the main area of support at 21. Next one here, ticker symbol AACG. And I like this one because it's got a good clean cut pattern here. First part of the pattern is the area of support, which stands out quite a bit now. On two separate occasions, you can see the price came down to 350 and the bears failed there. And the bears failed once again right there. So, that doesn't mean that 350 is, going to continue to be support. But as of now, again, the theme of is it at least logical to think that 350 could be support? It 100% is logical given it's happened twice before. So 350 is going to be that main area of support. And like I said, the bottom part of this pattern. Then the top part of the pattern, going to put this trend line into play right there. And then once again, for you golfers out there, for visualization's sake, draw this area down there. And then put the golf hole. So we have ourselves another nice little bull pennant pattern here. And what I like about the bull pennant is later on in the day during this consolidation phase, volume dropped off a whole lot. And that's what you want to see during consolidation. Low volume is certainly not a bad thing at all. So we'll see what happens with it moving forward. And I think a lot of people are going to be watching that pattern. So while that doesn't mean that it'll for sure happen, if the price can get up there and break up through there, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want. That break in and of itself could cause quite a bit of upwards buying pressure. But yeah, let's see what happens with this bull pennant moving into Friday. Next one here, jumping down in the world of penny stocks with ticker symbol LCLP. Did this analysis in yesterday's video, and a very unexpected move. Last time I was looking at this one, the price was still up here, flirting up around the 0.045 mark. I mean, it started off on the day, once again, very, very strongly. I mean, a huge opening 30 minutes. And then, I mean, to think, true story, there were some poor souls that were buying up around there. But after there, it's just been basically bleeding the entire day. Now, does that destroy the entire chart? It doesn't, because from the big picture point of view, the price, could start to go sideways here, turn itself around, and again, emphasis here on big picture. And from the big picture, you'd still have a set of lows there. You'd have lows down there. You envision those as stair steps. And overall, you still do have big picture stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. But yeah, there's also no doubt about it that there's definitely going to a lot of people underwater right now because, that opening 30 minutes had a ton of volume. And, from that angle of things, all those people would now officially be underwater. So it really depends on your perspective going into this. If you're a day trader, flipper, scalper, and you're buying up around here, looking to buy and sell within 25 minutes, well, then yeah, from that angle, the chart looks really bad. If you do care about things from the bigger picture point of view, then yeah, even with the pullback, as I already showed, the price does still have the opportunity to chip away and build a higher base. But at this point, you don't want to see the price pull back any further, because if it does, then that's where you start, you're going to need to start to have that conversation of, okay, maybe this is no longer a pullback. Maybe this has become a reversal. I'm not willing to call it a reversal quite yet, but it's definitely getting near that territory. Next one here, ticker symbol TKAT. And I fully disclose here, maybe this is a little wishful thinking on my part. I don't own a position, but what I do mean is that this thing in the past has shown the ability to move very, very big. I mean, kaboom, kaboom. There's another nice move. So like I said, the potential is there. And today, the potential showed up once again. So you can see right here, the price certainly did start to make a good, solid, nice move up. The problem is it rolled back over. And the wishful thinking is maybe, just maybe, this is some sort of fake rollover and this thing is really getting ready to come back roaring out of the gates, which could happen. But you also have to acknowledge that, maybe this was just a dead cat bounce. Maybe this was just kind of a little blip on the radar and this thing's going to just continue to drift into oblivion. And for me, the level that I would definitely call a must-hold level sits right there at $7.15. And the reason for that, just kind of from a practical common sense point of view is, and I'm not saying it'll occur, but if the price does break down to that area and continues on down, what would that be doing to the price? That would literally be putting the price right back to where it was. And I mean, not to insult your intelligence, but price movements that explode and then go right back to where they were, not exactly a sign of true power. But to be fair, like I said, maybe this is just, because the volume hasn't been very big at all. So maybe this thing is just going to consolidate out and then make another go at it. We'll see what happens. But like I said, maybe just totally wishful thinking on my part. But let's see how the next couple of days play out. Next one here, my favorite, ticker symbol TSLA Tesla. Try to trade this one every day. I did trade it today. Actually, only ticker that I traded. But overall, very impressive bounce. However, I'm not really convinced that the bounce has any sort of true power behind it. Why is that? Well, from a technical point of view, the price is still down below that trend line. Now, yes, the price can 100% break above that trend line. All I'm saying is that, me personally, I'm still very skeptical of this bounce. Why am I skeptical? Again, well, because it's happened before, right? There was a bounce, but it was below that trend line, rolled back over. There was another bounce, but it was below the trend line the entire time, rolled back over. So is this the time where it finally gets up to that trend line and breaks up through it? Very well could be. But as a trader, me personally, I am still skeptical. So there's no doubt about it. You can't really argue against the fact that, late afternoon, very, very impressive move. But like I said, is there any sort of genuine power behind the move? I'm personally still skeptical, again, because of that trend line right there. If the price does just blast up through that trend line, well, then at that point, the next overarching levels of resistance, really not until those moving averages up there, right on, we'll just call it the 670 mark. So there's certainly some potential for this thing to keep on moving if, and I think it's going to be a pretty big if it can break up through that trend line, but who knows, maybe it goes up there through a warm knife through butter. We'll have to see what happens on Friday. And then as far as levels of support, nothing fancy here. Same logic. Well, where did the bleeding finally stop today? And that was at 638. So 638 will be that main area of support headed into Friday. Next one here, ticker symbol BBIG. And this is all just based on basically one question, and that is this. Step 1, accomplished. Huge volume. Step 2, accomplished. The big volume showed up, and the price behaved very nicely with it. But now the big question becomes, all right, is this just the start of a bigger move, or is this going to be potentially like a TKAT where this thing just rolls back over? The good news is we have a well-defined area to help us kind of answer that question. Well, I don't know, is this the start of something bigger or isn't it? And that's going to be right here with that breakout area right around, let's just call it $4.50. You can see twice in the past, both there from several weeks ago, and then just a couple of days ago right there, price has been up around that area. Hasn't been able to quite push through it. So, and it may get rejected again, but like I said, the first couple of steps already taken care of. Big volume, good price movement. So if this thing wants to consolidate out a little bit and then make another move up there, hey, this thing can move, and it can move very quickly. So it's at least worth keeping an eye on. But like I said, to be fair, maybe this is just a little dead cat bounce and it's going to roll back over. But if that's the case, well, then who really cares? Because it would have never given any sort of signals in terms of any sort of breakouts. Now, what would be totally cruel is if this thing breaks out and then rolls over. That's just the cruelty of the market at times. So in my mind, the level to watch the most is going to be 450 to see if there's any sort of confirmation or not on whether or not this is the start of something much bigger. And that wraps up the top 10. Again, if you enjoyed what you saw, if you can start to see, okay, yeah, there does seem to be some power. There does seem to be some real life application of this tool known as technical analysis. I want to learn more. I want to learn more about the philosophy behind charts, how they should be used, how they can be used, how they are used as a tool to build consistency. Then again, I want to personally invite you to sign up. So if you're watching this, depending on what time, hopefully you can still make it live, because it'll be Thursday, July 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. That's always the key part, Eastern time. But like I said at the very beginning, even if it's too last minute, or you're watching this video after it's already happened, still sign up and you'll be sent a recording. Or if you want, just in the comment section, just let me know, hey Clay, can you email me a recording? And you can do that too. So I'll leave it up to you. But like I said, hopefully you get signed up for it, as I love to talk charts, and I'm confident you'll find a lot of value in it. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you would like for me to keep making them, then two things, please do. Hit that like button, leave a basic comment. It could be a sunshine, it could be a unicorn emoji, but leaving a basic comment, hitting the like button communicates to me that it's worth my time to continue to do these videos. And as long as I know people are finding value in them, enjoying them, then I have no problem continuing to do them. But just from strictly a time management point of view, I want to make sure I'm being wise with my time. So if you enjoy the video, if you enjoy these, this format, hit that like button, leave a comment down below. And if you want to learn more about charts, the philosophies, how to use them to build consistency, then hopefully you get signed up for the class.